Once again, thank you so much for joining me today for part 2 of our Path of Ascension on the Bastion of Protection achievement. We'll be going up against Craven Corinth. So you come over here to your soul mirror. You come down here to Craven Corinth. You choose Courage. It can be done on any difficulty. Courage is the easiest, so I recommend that. Come over, choose Kleia, which I've already done. You come over to your equipment, choose the Spirit Forged Aegis. And then for this fight, he does a lot of melee damage. You're going to want to make sure to kite him around. I'll explain that in a moment. His other two abilities are Fan of Desolation. He will teleport here to the center of the stage. And he'll start doing lines of blood in every direction. There'll be gaps in between for the first 2 casts, so you want to make sure to get as close to him as possible. This is also a good time to do a lot of damage with your Archon's Blessing and your Ascended Strike, so do be mindful of that. The other thing is on the 3rd cast, he will cover 75% of the room. You want to get into the other 25 to be safe, or if it hits you, it's going to do a good amount of your damage. And with his melee stacked on that, you're probably not going to survive very long. His other ability is he warps behind one of the pillars, and he'll start casting, he'll summon an orb, an anima orb, and he'll start casting Consume, which absorbs it and heals him over time. So you want to make sure to get to it as quickly as possible. For this, we'll be hitting him with Ascended Strike. We'll be backpedaling, so that way we can mitigate some of his damage. We'll be using Leap of Faith to do that because it slows him down. And we'll be using Keen Insight, so that way any damage he does hit me with, we can retaliate and do damage back to him. Now, when we use our Archon's Blessing, that will increase my Ascended Strike by 200%. Any non-elite with Keen Insight will die, giving me 10% crit within range. And then Leap of Faith cooldown is reset upon landing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ring the bell. And just like you, ring the bell for notifications. Also subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know any content that you're interested in seeing, any fights you're interested in seeing, strategies, ask me questions. I'm always glad to help. So we're first going to start off. We of course want to click him so that we're actually meleeing him too. So we're going to go ahead and then we're going to go right through him. Let's start kiting him back towards the middle here. Because we should have our Archon ability for his blood. And that's how you do it. The main thing is I would recommend using your Archon's Blessing when he goes into that phase because he can't really damage you. Because obviously he's casting it and then just staying in range. Make sure to avoid the Fan of Desolation, get that Anima Orb destroyed. And that is how you do the Bastion of Protection.